And welcome back, underwater rugby fans around the world. You're tuned in to the Underwater Rugby channel, broadcasting the Euroleague live from Krefeld, Germany. Here is the introduction to the game coming up now between Betta and Malsch. Betta was founded in 2001, and they have played 59 games in the Euroleague. They have won 32 of their matches, drawn 6, and lost 21 times. They have scored 166 goals and allowed in 183 goals, giving them a negative goal differential of 17. Malsch has played 24 games in the Euroleague. They have 15 wins, 2 ties, and 7 losses. They have scored 58 goals in total and allowed just 28, giving them a positive goal differential of 30. These two teams have met 3 times. They each have a win and a loss and a draw. So the last time they played was in Krefeld on the 28th of October, and that went in favor of Malsch, 3-1. And now, here are the highlights from that game.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, are you ready?
It's time for the 5th game of the 8th season of the Euroleague. And allow me to introduce to you now the players. In blue for Betta, wearing number 1, Juan Jose Laverde. Number 4, Daniel Arias Zapata. Number 8, Sergei Leonov. Number 10, Samuel Jose Gaviria. Number 11, Victor Krylov, who is the captain, yes. Number 12, Heikki Luko. Number 13, Tommy Suomalainen. Number 15, Jim Holmbeck. Number 16, Alexander Bakanov. Number 17, Juho Alto. Number 33, Alexei Pryazhnikov. Number 90, Yori Homakorpi. And in reserve for this game, number 9, Anton Chuzin, and number 78, Antti Salonen. On the other side of the pool, wearing white, for Malsch, number 1, Marcus Heckrath. Number 2, Sasha Bushner. Number 3, Marcel Schultz. Number 4, Martin Schottmüller. And the captain, wearing number 5, Jens Dingle. Number 9, Christian Forschler. Number 10, Jochen Schottmüller. Number 11, Mikkel Wiesel. And number 12, Johannes Wiesel. Number 13, Christian Stobak. Number 23, Colin Labadie. Number 24, Matthias Otten. And in reserve for this match, number 8, Jürgen Scheier, and number 42, Fabian Weideli. The referees this match will be on deck, Manuel Tito de Mores. And in the water, Rafael Tito de Mores and Kaiser Lindman. Okay, we're on the air again here. Hello, Yanni. We had a good lunch.
Yes.
And we had a little power nap or
Yes.
power, I don't know. It was 15, 20 minutes of
Right.
downtime. We get to rest. And now we have a really exciting match coming up.
Yeah, this is the 5th match of the day. It's Betta in blue color and Malsch from Germany. Betta from Moscow, of course. Malsch in white.
Yes.
And I
Mo-
just checked some of the statistics that Malsch, actually you mentioned it also, Malsch won the last match these two teams had against each other. That was the 27th of October of 2018. So a little more than a year ago they faced each other in the Euroleague last time. Interestingly, Betta had the ball possession 52% of the time. Betta was in control with the ball. They only scored once against Malsch. Malsch won the game 3-1, and they had less ball position, 48%.
So another thing that we can add, people will be interested to know that Malsch they're the German champions.
Right.
So they beat Bamberg.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to Champions Cup.
Right.
And these two teams are a little bit different, of course. Now we have all of the Colombian players who have joined
Yes.
Beta to play here.
Yes.
And yeah, it should be a really tough match. And these guys are experienced in Malsch,
Yeah.
so they're not
Yeah.
not going to say, "Oh, we're going to play some
It's again
superstars."
it's again the situation that Malsch guy, they know each other more than enough
Yes.
well. Whereas the Betta guy, it's just a bunch of guys put together as a team.
Yeah.
So let's see. What we saw in the first game in the morning, it was the second game. It was Betta won Polisen 7-0. So it was a clear victory. And one has to say that it perhaps was not a big surprise that the most of the goals were done by the Colombian stars. So it's interesting. I'm sure, and we will do a little bit of commenting in the Spanish language because we know that we have lots of viewers in Colombia.
Absolutely.
So we will please them in the way they are sending their boys all the way over the Atlantic to play
Yes.
in the Euroleague. So we know there are many Colombians watching. Today I was told that there will be a Colombians National Championships tournament in a week time, and they are going to have 10 elite teams in the elite category, and then the second category they will have 17 teams. So 27 teams are going to compete in 1 week's time. I think it was 1 week time in Colombia. So there are plenty of underwater rugby teams in Colombia. I must respect
absolutely.
that. Yeah.
Both teams ready?
Okay, the teams are ready.
Jens Dingle is very fast. We'll see if he gets to the ball first. But
Right. Jens Dingle, he's the captain, is he? He was at least some minutes dialogue, or not a dialogue, a monologue giving to his team. All the team was listening to him very carefully, whatever he said. He was, I don't know what I don't speak German, unfortunately, but they were really concentrated, and they seem to have a clear game plan for this.
Beta didn't even try to get to the center.
No,
They didn't even try.
No. Interesting.
Yeah. I never saw that before. They just said let him have it.
Let them have it, yeah.
Yeah.
But now they're coming strong. It's
Yeah.
Jose Gaviria and the other guy, and
And they've got
they,
it.
they got it, yeah.
Yeah. Victor Krylov to the surface.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Risky pass.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, can you
So
So here, wrestling on the surface.
3-on-1. You
Yeah.
couldn't keep that ball. No.
You know, looking at these players, I would claim that Betta is clearly a more physical team. The physics they're in better shape, or at least they are larger in physical dimension. Well, the Germans, the Malsch guys, they are not small boys either. There are some, and some of them seem to be really well trained. I was interestingly, I was interviewing a Molde young player, Even
Sjövik.
he says that they practice in the pool 3 times a week, then the physical condition 3 times a week, and then something else 3 times a week. So 9 sessions a week practice, which is quite phenomenal, really. For that's what it takes to be successful in the Euroleague, right?
Well, they have examples and
Oh, that was too
Yeah.
easy. He really didn't read. The 2 better players were just waiting for this.
these.
Oh, it's commentating also in Russia. That's
Yeah.
excellent. I didn't know. We have colleagues here.
Yeah.
Of course, we should drive for a multi-language commentating. Yeah, that would be a good for the sport, really.
So far, this is going along your philosophy that the teams are feeling each other out now,
Yeah.
especially Malsch, that they are trying to establish ball control.
Holding. Dark free throw.
Okay. Free throw
Holding.
for
Dark free throw.
Betta team, and a couple of guys immediately going to change. Coming out of the water, Juho Aalto is there. Number 13, Tomi Suomalainen also changing at the same time.
About the size of the players, I mean, Marcus Heckrath, he's a big guy, and he's absolutely got the killer instinct. So these guys on Malsch.
I know with the
they're
lunch
good.
break you mentioned the Schottmuller brothers. They are certainly the kind of players who.
Already.
Wow! Is this Luke? Who does it? Yes,
Goal number
it is indeed.
12.
Player number 12, he is Heikki Luukko.
assist
That was
number
well
16.
done. He
Goal
grabbed by
number
the leg
12.
and shot it in.
16.
They gave an assist to Holmbeck. Jim
Okay.
Holmbeck.
Okay.
So here it is. Luko.
Look at that.
Ah.
He has these long arms. I mentioned about these long arms earlier, right?
He got the leg. He pulled the
He
leg.
put
yeah.
the leg, and then he has these enormously long arms.
Yeah.
Look at those arms.
Yeah. And he has a lot of core body strength.
He has a lot of strength, and he's a tall guy. I think he's about 190.
Yeah.
So that sets this game now like a different. It was the first real attack on the Malsch goal, and immediately they are able to score. Fascinating start.
I will say that one of the strategic problems that Malsch faces that if they try to play the ball control game and they get chased down, what are they going to do? What's their answer?
Right.
Because if your plan's not working, you have to have another plan.
Mm-hmm.
So far they're still going with the control, and but is it going to work for them if they're getting tackled really hard and losing the ball? Oh, they got a nice drop ball there, popped out, picked up by Heckrath. Now 1 against 3, he's not going to be able to score like that. Fast. Leona. all the way,
What
empty
is
basket.
going to happen now?
Oh.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It is number 4.
Zapata, it was
Zapata, the
Arias.
first.
Goal number 4.
Arias.
Daniel Arias Zapata.
Goal number
Yeah.
4.
And this is his first goal. He had
Yeah.
2 assists in the earlier game.
Any assist?
Oh, that was terrible news for
Yeah.
Malsch because
Yes, they are wanting to take a timeout. Dingle is showing to the deck. It's a timeout and certainly something that is
Timeout.
needed now.
Timeout. White.
I think that
White.
this goal could have been stopped. Right? They had 2 chances and they missed both.
Yes, yes. So certainly they need this timeout, that's no doubt.
I'm not a goalie, but in that situation where it was so close, the goalie almost has to think about going for the ball. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a tough decision.
Yeah,
always,
tough.
Whether you go for the ball or you want to place yourself over the basket. It's a difficult one. Lo que vimos hace un rato fue que Daniel Arias Zapata hizo su primer gol en el Euroleague. Felicitaciones. Ahora los colombianos han hecho más de 50% los 3 colombianos de los goles que han hecho en estos 2 juegos. En la mañana fueron Betta contra Polisen de Estocolmo, Suecia. Hicieron 7 goles y creo que La Verde hizo 2 y Samuel Cavería también hizo 2. Ahora son 5 goles que han hecho.
So you've kept track of the number of goals that the Colombian players have scored.
I actually asked them in the interview. I kind of like lost it during the game. I knew they scored many, and I think now it's 2 and 2 and 1. La Verde has 2. Samuel
Gaviria
Jose
2.
Gaviria 2, and now Arias.
Has got 1.
Yeah, Arias Zapata. Senor Zapata. He's a young, relatively young. I don't know. I think for the underwater rugby terms, I think Zapata has the age of 27 now.
Okay.
So he's not one of the youngest. La Verde, I think he's 22 or something like
Yeah, he's a young guy. Holding.
that. 21 or 22.
I think in a way this is also the problem of
Here.
the German national team, that they play the German style. Everybody knows what that style, and you're very good at it, but you need to have something else.
Suomalainen passing to Holmback. Passing away to Aalto, number 17.
Oh, they get away with
Aalto
ball.
loses it,
Yeah,
but the Malsch guy is immediately
he was
attacked
out of
by-
bounds actually. Yeah,
Oh, very close to at least.
yeah.
Short move, not
Bushner.
Bushner.
Is it-
Johannes Wiesel, number 12.
Oh,
Then they lose the ball. Kavria, isn't he?
he's one of the best players in the world. Yeah.
I think for these European teams to develop, look at that. He's bringing the ball in. Arias,
yeah.
number 4. He's extremely good, in good shape.
He
and
went in there like a drill at high
yes,
speed.
Yes,
Yeah.
drilling in like that. Still Betta has it.
This is very bad for Malsch, that they have no stable defense now.
The forward checking is a little weak now. I think Betta somehow is able to maintain the ball really close to
Krylov.
Malsch end all the time. Now they finally
They
get
get
it
it away. All right.
That was well done, and now they just
Now
need
they
to
have
help
it.
each other. They need to help each other to get
Is it
away.
Wiesel?
That's it. Now they have the position, and now they just should get closer to the Betta end to put them in. Well, there is already a defender, Caveria coming out.
They are wearing these uniforms probably for the first time,
Yeah.
unless they went to practice in the pool
Yes.
yesterday evening or
Yeah,
something.
they did. I
They
saw
did.
some photos. So
Okay.
They had been to the pool.
To try on the clothes, the uniforms. And this, of course, is also interesting because the Beta guys there are selling the uniforms,
Mm-hmm.
and in Orcas,
Mm-hmm.
Lilo Diaz and Pacho,
Mm-hmm.
they are selling uniforms.
Right. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Take it away. Luca.
Luukko. Losing the ball a bit easy, I think. He wasn't really forced to make that pass. I think he should have jumped towards the surface.
Schottmüller saw the ball and reached for it and,
Yeah.
and went in. So
Now he goes closer to the goal, pulling the arm from his arm like that. He's waiting for his teammates. Wisely, maybe number 4. He is Martin Schottmüller.
okay, so now it's the time that they have to establish
Mingle is below, waiting for the pass.
an attack.
Finally has it now. Let's see. He goes at least closer to the goal, but there is so dense defense with the Betta.
But it was nice the way he came out again.
Yeah. The only thing is that the second wave is somehow missing. It seems that it stops.
And they've lost the ball.
Now
Yeah.
they lost the ball. Arias has it, number 4, able to pass to his teammate number 11. It's Viktor Krylov.
Now it's getting physical now. It's
Yeah.
hard for.
Well
That was
done,
good. He
well,
ambushed
yes,
him
well,
there.
Still holding. That's holding. Yeah, he couldn't quite see that he had lost the ball, so it's holding for. It was a
Blue
clear
number 4, warning for holding.
warning.
Warning.
White free
Okay.
throw.
Oh,
Blue
it,
number
was it
4, warning.
was it that way around? I thought it was White who
White
was
free throw.
holding. From the camera, at least, I saw it like
Okay,
that.
so Arias got a warning. That means if he does it again, it's 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think that a warning for holding can also go to the team.
Blue number
I don't know if
4.
the individual.
Yeah, well,
Does
I
it count
think
as a
has to-
team or
yeah,
not?
Yeah, it's for the individually, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. If it's a team
Warning.
warning,
Then
it
it's
has
2
to
minutes
be
for
set.
anyone who does it. Yeah. The ball's. Do you think it's traveling a long distance? It seems too slow as it.
Opa, look at that. A good punch, but not quite enough.
They have the ball still though.
Still they have the ball. Are they able to have it still?
Krylov's very strong in any kind of clinch.
Number 12, Johannes Wiesel was with the ball just a moment ago. Turning around in a really nice way. Kaveria, it must have been. To the bottom. Look at that.
Wow! How did they stop him?
Coming in and grabbing the goalie. Now there is. Opa, that's it.
Yeah,
Who puts it in?
it was a home back, I think. Yeah, home back.
Yes. His second goal for the day.
Goal number. No goal.
No goal.
No
No
goal.
goal.
No goal,
Holding.
says the referee. I don't know.
White free throw. Holding.
Okay, it
No
was
goal.
holding.
White free throw. Holding person.
Okay, so it was not a goal.
We didn't see exactly
We're
what
still
happened.
2-0.
No.
We didn't quite see what happened, but the referee in the water, he was
Was very sure. Yeah.
really, really
Video
decisive.
review.
What is that?
Is it an appeal or timeout?
Luukko comes out of the
Video
water.
challenge. Video challenge.
Okay. So the captain, Krylov,
Yeah.
he goes and talks to the referee.
Let's
They-
listen, see if we can hear what.
När händer det?
So
So it's a video challenge, it
Yes.
seems. Both of the captains.
maybe there was holding or
In those small seconds that went
Okay,
by
here it
so
is.
fast we couldn't quite.
This is okay.
Maybe it happens
On the other side, yeah. We couldn't see very clearly. Jens Dingle, captain, along with Viktor Krylov. They are waiting for the decision. It could be claimed that they are still pulling the goalie after they have given
Yeah,
up the
and
ball.
Hovi Korpi does something here.
Yeah.
I don't quite know what is he doing, but he has his arms around the goalie somehow.
Yes.
I don't know if he's holding or what is the purpose.
Yeah.
Look at Hovi Korpi. He swims in here on this side at least. There is still nothing here.
No, it's
But now he sticks his hand in, and now he does. I don't know if he's doing anything though. Now he did something
Yes,
there
yes,
with
yes.
his arms.
So it was a long
After
time before.
reviewing the video, it is not a goal. There is a player on the left side of the goal getting in the position when he doesn't have the ball. No goal.
No goal. Okay, so
Yeah.
they are in the opinion that Hovi Korpi does something. He said that on the left side of
That's
the goal.
Hovi Korpi, yeah.
So that's it.
We couldn't see what his hand was doing on the other side,
Right.
Hovi
right,
Korpi, but he was
right.
on our side here.
Yes.
If you look.
And he does something physical there without the ball.
Yeah.
He's doing something. Something physical.
Hovi Korpi is a very experienced player, and
Indeed.
he is an innocent-looking guy.
Yes.
You-
Yeah. And again, there is a 1-to-1.
Very
Oh, look at that.
Holmbeck.
Holmback trying to, and another wave coming in and passing to the
Oh,
other side.
nice! They kicked it away.
Nice kick by the goalie. Well done by who is this goalkeeper? We want to know who is he. Number one. Number one indeed, Markus
Häkkilä.
Heckart.
Häkkilä. I told you he's a
Yes. Fantastic goalkeeping by him.
yeah.
And now we are
Oh.
on the other end. Look at this! Look at the way that the number 4, Marcel Schulz.
Wiesel's come in.
They had an excellent opportunity there
Yeah.
to score. Hovi Korpi was there on the goalkeeping,
That's
going
what
for
they
a
have to
change
do.
for
They have to.
air. And now the referee has called this one. Didn't see quite for what reason.
Dark free throw.
Oh, we saw Christian Schaefer, who
Okay.
switched. He's played with more teams than any other player in the EuroLeague.
Beginning of the game.
No, maybe not.
Okay, it's
Free.
a
Throw.
Yeah.
free throw for team Betta from the mid-pool. And there is about, would it be 4 minutes left in the first half, if I saw correctly. It's quite a
Oh, that
dis-
was a attack on the head, or
Attacking
Yes.
the head.
yeah.
Okay,
Dark free throw.
again free throw for
Attacking the
Betta, and
head.
Betta tries to concede a goal immediately.
Dark free throw. 2
There is
meters.
actually
White number 9. 2
Three
meters.
players going down. Luukka tried to have it.
I think this is a psychological thing about attacking on the head. If you grab somebody by the head, but very gently, is it
Mm.
not attack on the head? No, it's still attack on the head. You can't wrap the other person's head up. That's
Yeah.
the rule. So,
I'm sure the way Luukka, he was one of the exchange players in the first match. I'm sure that
he's fired up. Yeah.
Yeah, and the way that he scored in the beginning of this match has given him a lot of self-confidence. Now,
Oh, that's
well, that was maybe a little, luck with the Malsch team that the other player couldn't quite catch the ball, make an attempt on the goalkeeper. Not quite so. Some wrestling now. We are in the Malsch over their goal. Really difficult to defend that position. That
Oh,
was
now
again
they-
wise thing to do. And then we are on the round to the other side, and Gaviria, he's just able to reach the Malsch player.
oh, that was
So,
a real miss there because they had two players. They were close together, so the pass. Who was it to? We couldn't even see, but it ended up going to Betta.
And again, this
Choking.
there's Mr.
Choking.
Dark free throw.
Dark
Choking.
free throw. This is now the
Dark
third
throw.
free throw at least in the row for Betta team. So Malsch is committing faults quite often.
And they don't have that much time in order to catch up.
Now we see it's 3 minutes. 3 minutes left in the game.
No, this is the first half.
Yeah. Sorry. The first half, of course. Yeah.
But I mean, still, they need to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah. 2-0. And again, Betta is coming with 3-2. No forward checking. No anyone around. So that was still Malsch. Took some risk, really. Maybe unnecessary risk in the way that they should have dove more. There should have been more people trying to reach the ball.
I like this psychological game here that they're watching each other headed towards the goal, right, and not committing completely. Neither the attacker nor the defenders. They were all watching each other.
So now I see 4 Malsch players breathing quite a long time, more than 5 seconds. So it seems that they want to take some air before they go. And again, somehow loading the batteries, and the Betta is really passively.
Oh, that was
trying
really
to-
tricky. That
it
was
was tricky pass, but
yeah.
it was also a dangerous one.
yeah.
So now there is no defender at all, and punch to the
He
goal.
should have come
It-
into the
it's-
right side, but he stayed over.
Yeah. Anyhow, quite easily, in my opinion, Betta has left their goal unattended like that.
They were stressed up for some reason. I don't know.
This is, of course, the second game the Betta plays today, whereas Malsch, this is the first game Malsch, but of course, Betta game, it's been many hours since they played. But of course, it takes a toll when you have really tough underwater rugby games, 2 times 15 minutes. Oh,
Oh,
no, that
yeah.
was really hasty. He should have not.
It looked
Easy mistake.
it looked like a very convincing fake, and then he threw it
The
away.
fake was maybe okay, but
Yeah.
too easily.
But they held on to the ball somehow.
Half a minute left, so we are now looking at the final seconds of the first half in the game, Betta against Malsch. And remember, Betta lost now. This is a
Attack on the head. Yeah.
again the head, and this could be a warning because that was intentional. You know, he
Yeah.
even,
Attacking the head.
in my opinion, he didn't
There was no reason to do
no
that.
reason to
No.
grab like that.
Dark free throw.
So really, we can question why there was no warning for that. I think they should.
Yeah,
I
they
agree
should
with
have
you.
been, yeah. It's gonna be a long day. The last game is gonna start at 9 o'clock.
Okay, Juan Jose on the bottom taking all of his.
Yeah, he was a
Ah,
little
this-
invisible during this game, Laverde. I couldn't quite. That's the first half. It's 2-0 to Betta.
Half time.
Laverde, we
Half-time.
didn't see him much
10
really
seconds,
in this half at all.
Not as dominant as he was
no,
in the
no,
first game.
certainly not.
He may not be so used to playing this style of the German players.
Yeah.
like- But he has played in junior competition.
The video team is now preparing the highlights of the first half for you. It's 5:15 local time, Central European time here in Krefeld, Germany. My name is Jani Mäkinen and I'm here with Davro Tien, commentating you these Euroleague games of underwater rugby. Season 2019-2020, first
A
round.
question for you. What is that clock there?
It must be for the competition swimming.
Okay.
Nothing to do with underwater rugby.
It's
I
quite
guess.
cool to look at.
Yeah.
By the way, I have done 60 push-ups.
Oh yeah.
I forgot for a while.
Admire Davro's goal. 20 push-ups after each game.
I have not kept up. No. All right.
So, welcome back to Krefeld, Germany. It's fifth game of the day. Betta from Moscow, Russia against Malsch, Germany.
Two changes.
Two
in
changes.
The Malsch team. Number 3 out, number 12 out, and in number 8 and number 42.
Okay, there has been some exchanges for Malsch team. Number 3, Marcel Schulz is out. Also out, Mr. Johannes Wiesel, number 12, and then in will come Jürgen Schrier and Fabian Weidele for Malsch team. So they use both of the reserve players. Malsch has
1 minute.
2
1 minute.
reserve players. Also Betta has reserve players, but it seems that Betta is not using their reserves now. Salonen and Anton Shurshin, they are still out. Maybe they will come in
White
later.
number 9. You're attacking on the head. You're warned for that. Next time
Okay.
it happens, you will do 2 minutes.
Yes,
Thank you.
at the same time, Christian Förchler is being giving a warning for attacking the head. So
White number
contact
9,
to the head is not
warning,
allowed,
attacking the head.
and there is a warning
number
for
9.
him. I think
Number 9,
referees had discussed
warning,
this
attacking the head.
during the break. The teams are getting ready. It seems now the new Betta, if I may
Both
say it
teams
so,
ready?
because there are so many new players, specifically the Colombians. So Betta is now in a comfortable 2-goal lead against Malsch.
So Christian Forschler, you must have heard he
Yes,
got the warning.
yes.
So it will be interesting to see if they.
Dark free throw.
Para audiencia en Colombia cambiaron dos jugadores Malsch, dos jugadores número 3, Marcel Schulz y Johannes Wiesel, los dos están afuera y jugando ahorita de las reservas que tenían son Jürgen Schrier y Fabian Weidele. También los jueces dieron advertencia contra el número 9 del Malsch, se llama Christian Förschler, de jugar contra la cabeza. Eso era como que advertencia para él. Y si lo repite, él le van a dar 2 minutos de penalty.
So Laverde is starting to become visible.
Yeah, I don't know. I was commenting that in the first game, Laverde was really a visible player. We saw a lot of him. He scored twice. For some reason, in the first half of this game, he seemed to be a little invisible. At least I couldn't quite see him in the action in the way that he was in the first game.
But he was just now. He
Yeah,
got
okay,
a pass and
okay.
he was tackled very well, but he ripped the ball away from the would-be tackler. Now we see Malsch Schottmüller. The ball's batted away. Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Light free throw, out of bounds. Light free throw, out of bounds.
So they called it because he was the Beta player was the last one to touch it, pushing it out.
Dark 12, 2 meters.
He's able to defend. That was a classic move he made.
Behind his
using
back,
his
yeah.
leg. He was attacked by at least 3 Beta guys. Now this number 13 coming in. Suomalainen, really rough sort of player, coming all his strength and force.
And no mercy.
No mercy.
Tommy No Mercy Suomalainen. And he's the national coach of the women. Has he resigned since
I don't know actually.
his wife Kira Suomalainen is
She's one of
one
the
of the best
players.
players in the
Yeah.
world?
Free throw.
Free throw now
Light
for
free throw, sorry, holding.
holding. So
Light
free
free
throw
throw,
for
holding.
team Malsch, and now we are in the Betta end of the pool.
So Hekrath. Yeah. I like that. Oh, that was a little deception there, right? Two players went behind the back. So who was it who was going to take the ball? But it doesn't make any difference. They lose it.
Now this Krylov, number 11, was attacked by 3 Malsch players.
That's not good for the Malsch players.
No, they are. Well, now there are 2 better guys.
Krylov's very good at getting the ball out. to all of these-
Suomalainen
yeah.
there.
Krylov's still in a hit. They don't need 2 people.
Now they got it. Malsch has it. A lousy one. I don't know what has had happened.
It must be
Maybe there's-
holding here. Krylov frustrated.
Holding.
Holding.
Light free throw.
Again, free
Yeah.
throw.
Holding.
Still, we are in the
Light
Betta's
free
end.
throw.
So when you see the ball on the bottom like that and only one player is going for it, it's possible that there was holding, right?
Yeah.
Behind the back again. Yes, they have tricks.
And immediately attacking. And now there are many Malsch players around on the bottom. Only one on the surface here in the mid pool area. So they really wanting to score now against Betta. Some good passes now, a little difficult, but there is no one there. So this is Arias, the Colombian, Juho Alter here on the bottom waiting to pass. Passing to the surface now. That was Krylov, maybe a bit too risky one.
Well, the Malsch players were watching for that
Yeah,
pass very
yeah,
carefully.
Yeah, they were.
Dingo going to get pushed out.
Now out of the bounds. Out of the bounds.
Out of bounds. Referee ball.
Okay.
Out of bounds. Referee ball.
So unclear who had possession of the ball when it was
Referee
pushed
ball.
out. So
Yeah.
referee ball.
Referee ball, that's it. It's in the game.
Caught by
Betta got
Betta got it. Yeah.
get it, yeah.
The quick surface passes.
Oh, look at that.
Gaviria
Where did he come from with that speed?
is just really
Now we've seen throughout the second half it's been on the Betta's end. So this is the first time now Betta is approaching the Malsch end in this half. So there were good moments, couple of minutes that
So
And
here,
actually,
here Leverde has the ball. What will he do? He passes. They get it down.
Gaviria.
You know Spanish, how to pronounce his last name.
That is a little difficult. Gaviria.
Gaviria.
Gaviria. Not maybe with this. Up. Good pass. Excellent try. So maybe a little surprise for me that Malsch uses both of their reserve players. So it seems that they have these reserves that they are equally good than the rest of the team.
So they have better fresh lungs.
Fresh lungs, and then I would suppose that typically, the teams, they just maintain the best players in the pool, but halfway through they wanted to do exchanges. So now there is a call from the referee.
Dark number 12, warning, attacking
Warning,
the head.
warning.
Oh,
Dark
12.
number 12.
And this is
warning,
Heikki Luukko.
attacking the head.
Heikki Luukko.
He has been warned
We have a
now
light free throw
for
here.
contact on the head.
Dark number 15.
Attack on the head is it's a variety of things. One, it could be that you get squeezed, slapped, maybe held. So Malsch has gotten into the game more now, but they
Yes.
are down 2-0.
2-0. So there is still time, that's for sure. But somehow they need to penetrate the hard forechecking and good goalkeeping. And
Yeah.
again, it seems that they get close to the goal, but then suddenly Betta comes in and takes it away. Somehow they should, maintain the pressure
I thi-
rather than these individual attacks.
But their tactic seems to be that they want to pass to someone who's quite closely covered, but it's a very fast pass, short distance.
Yes.
But it's not getting them free. They're tied up. I can imagine they have practiced various things a lot. For example,
a lot, yeah.
a pass quickly and a pass back. Dingle bleeding.
Some blood running out of his nose. Now there is a call from the referee and it's going to be
Light
free throw for Malsch team.
We don't know why Dingle's nose is bleeding. He
No.
could
Delaying the
be kicked
game.
by his own player.
White free
So
throw.
you never know.
Delaying the game.
Delaying the game was
Yes.
the reason. Okay, it's a very rarely heard judgment, really. For myself, at least, I don't remember many times. I've heard it before, no issue with that, but not too often. 8 minutes still left and delaying the game, so very untypical. Now Malsch is again, there was a lot of Malsch guys at the goal. Cleaned away at least for a moment by the Betta players.
This
That
is
was
roughing.
roughing. Gaviria
White, light free throw, roughing.
roughing, yes.
White free throw, roughing.
Para los colombianos, lo que estamos
Dark
viendo
number 10.
que Samuel Gaviria como que perdió su calma por un momento ahí y aunque juega muy bien, yo no puedo decir que es algo tan fenomenal que era durante el primer juego del día. Juegan bien, sí, pero por ejemplo la Verde ha estado, no lo he visto yo mucho en el juego.
Holding. Dark number 1, white free throw.
Él es portero, por
Holding.
supuesto, pero aún así yo no he visto nada como que estuviera jugando
Time out.
mucho.
Dark team.
O
Time out. Dark team.
timeout for team Betta. Maybe a wise thing to do because they were constantly now under pressure from Malsch.
Okay.
Well, if we consider that Betta is now potentially a favorite to win the league this year with this super team, Malsch is showing that they're stoppable.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
But it took some time before Malsch could get into this game, and
Yeah,
it's
it
maybe
will
too
be
late.
interesting to see whether they can score
8
now.
minutes.
8 minutes still left in
One
the game.
point, and then you get another point.
Yeah. They are tough. Malsch is
Yeah.
really tough. And I still claim that what we've seen from Betta today, they are not on the level Molde yet.
No.
So if they want to win Molde this season, they need to improve.
Well,
That's a hard fact.
they should be able to improve. They play together, so
Yeah, a few games every
Yeah.
3 months or so, I don't know.
yeah.
It's going to be difficult.
maybe they can meet some of the players at
White
Champions
free
Cup
throw,
in
please.
Berlin.
Han kommer hämta en kassa. Han kommer-
Okay, here we go. Timeout is over. 8 minutes left in the game. It's 2-0 to Betta. Arias, the Colombian, really fast, physical guy, swam through basically. It was like a gift given by the Malsch. And both scores were made in the very beginning of the match. And then it was one goal by Mr. Luukko. Of course, he's a Finn, so I'm very proud. And it was a nice goal. He grabbed the goalie by the legs and could use his extendable arms to put it in.
It was an impressive goal. Yeah.
It was indeed.
Malsch getting tied up here. I don't think that helps them. The Beta defense will be very stable after a scrum like this.
Yeah. And I'm sure Beta doesn't want to put their reserve players in the pool because it's so tight. Because everybody knows that tide can turn really fast in underwater rugby. If you score once now, Malsch really wants and needs this goal. But again, the Beta strong guys can just, wrestle the ball away like this, and then they are spending these valuable seconds. And somehow, because of this wrestle, the Malsch cannot really start their engine.
Yeah.
They cannot really, these second waves and the third waves coming in and giving the pressure, opening up the defense of Beta seem to be so much more difficult because they are stopped like this.
And there's a lot of lactic acid in the arms and shoulders after this kind of surface wrestling match. You will not be...
There are many people now doing this wrestle. Let's see what the referees, what's the call? Bouncing the ball. So now it's actually somebody could play it. Suomalainen has it there. Now there is a
Neck
fault.
choking.
And
White free throw.
No,
white free throw.
White free throw.
I wonder why it was.
holding. They're quite tough. The Malsch guys, they're
really
not
tough.
panicking.
Yeah.
I'm sure they like this kind of hard competition.
And I think in the German league they must get a lot of these really tough games, really physical games, so they are used to this kind of sports. So it's nothing new for them, these very physical games. So close to 6 minutes still left in the game, so certainly Malsch has time, but what they need the most is now an equalizer to make it more even, and because always being behind with 2 goals. Number 16, that's Alexander Baganov.
Oh, they got it away.
Got it away a bit easier. It was Arias holding the ball. Still, we haven't seen much of the Laverde yet in the game, right?
He hasn't scored.
He hasn't scored, but he hasn't really been in the ball either that much. Is he now on the bench? Yes, he is waiting to be changed.
Oh, they managed to get it down to Bushner.
Particular mask he is having, this white.
Did he tell you who makes it?
It's just a mask. I promised to take a closer look, but it's something that you can go and buy from somewhere, I don't know where. But I thought it was some sort of handmade stuff, but it's just a normal mask. It's impressive.
The white color, yeah. It looks like good construction.
Look at that. Well done by number 4, Arias.
He didn't
Arias
see that
Amato.
coming there. Now they got 2 Malsch players on 1 Beta player. Beta gets it out.
Gaviria. Now Laverde has the ball. I was expecting that. Where do we have this younger?
And he lost it.
Loses
Yeah.
Oh no. there has been more wrestle in this game than the previous games we've seen today. Surface wrestling.
Betta likes this
3
wrestling.
minutes 40 seconds left. Let's see.
Nice. Pushing forward. He's trying to pass underneath the back. The back's gone,
Gaviria
but there's nobody there to get it
He
anymore.
was waiting for
Yeah.
it on the other side. No passes. Oh no,
Oh,
that's a
the-
danger one. Sergei Leonov, number 8, had a moment. Couldn't quite squeeze in.
But this has killed off the game now. Now
Yeah.
there's
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Less
Less
than
than
3
3,
minutes.
yes. Laverde,
Laverde passing to the other side.
and it wasn't a good pass.
No, not too good at all. It was a nice
Idea.
idea, yes. Because it was Arias who passed to Laverde, and Laverde immediately he tried to put it back to Arias onto the other side, but there was a defender there. Now Arias again with the ball.
Well, I think a chance of a Beta score is bigger than a Malsch score now.
Yes, so it seems now into these last minutes. 2 minutes left.
Kryazhnikov. He's one of the smaller players, but you see he's able to hold on. He knows what he's doing.
Now Laverde is waiting on this side. Let's see if he can receive the pass.
Maybe he doesn't feel energetic. He just left. They could have jet lag.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know when they came here, but it seems that there hasn't been the energy we saw in the first match. Malsch has fought well, and I'm sure they're gonna see this. The second goal was a big mistake when they let it. Just Arias just swam in, put it in. The first one was Luukko. He did fine. Now, opa, and that's it.
That was
But I don't know if the referee had
Krylov.
something has happened
No
before.
goal.
No goal
No
again,
goal,
because
basket.
I could hear
No goal.
that the referee had put the buzzer
On,
on before they put it in.
okay. So it was pulling the basket, or video review they want.
Video review is required by the Betta side.
Dark number 1, 2 minutes.
2 minutes, number
Dark
1,
number 1, 2
and
minutes.
this is for Laverde for holding. So it's interesting ending for this game, because is it so that they require also a video check on that goal?
Maybe they don't have a video review left,
Separate.
do they?
Separate teams are being separated. Interesting.
Well, this is the kind of disorder that could give Malsch an open door.
Yeah.
A quick goal and then another. Then it's possible.
Now the referees are talking to each other. So we finally see Senior Laverde. He's on the penalty box. Dingle is there. Krylov is there. They are gonna see something on the video, I guess. Yes. Están viendo algo en el video.
Krylov grabbed the leg of the opponent before he had the ball.
Yo escuchaba que algo ya el juez había parado el juego antes que pusieron la pelota
review of that goal.
dentro del gol. Entonces lo van a ver en el video. Esto es la segunda vez durante este juego. Y tenemos un poco más de un minuto en el juego, a ver qué va a ser. Y es interesante porque metieron a Senior Laverde en el penalty para 2 minutos. Entonces Betta van a jugar con 5 contra 6 en el lado de Malsch los últimos 1 minuto y más o menos 15 segundos. I couldn't quite.
I see.
So reviewing the video,
No goal.
the goal, the scorer is holding the basket before. It's
Okay.
a white free throw. No
Excellent
goal.
judgment by the. So somebody was holding the basket prior to scoring.
Yeah, well, Krylov grabbed the leg of the back to pull himself in, and he didn't have the ball then.
So this is now power play for the rest of the game is power play for Malsch, and I'm sure
I have no
Betta
goal.
does not give in any goals.
Well,
Separate.
it's a power play as long as there's no score.
Yeah.
No.
But I have no horn. Can we just get it started?
So Malsch should have some kind of trick now with their.
Okay. Did you say so? Okay. Sorry about technical problem. We have a light free throw here. Light free throw.
Free throw for Team
We have
Malsch.
2 minutes left on the clock. 2 minutes left on
2
the clock.
minutes. Okay.
2 minutes in the game. Okay.
Well, they couldn't afford to lose the ball, but they get it back.
Wow. First there was this great pass above,
Dingle.
but then there was this the way he read it coming. Look at this. Is there anyone below him now? He should be able to drop the ball, but
He
he's
couldn't get
quite
it out,
Not,
yes.
quite not able to do it. Quite understandable because you've been held like that. Another move. Hovigor becomes out, blocking that running into the goal approach.
This is a very frustrating feeling when you go into the goal and you get tied up like that. You're paralyzed.
Now
Schottmüller.
there seems to be some space now there. These last critical passes have not quite worked the way I think Malsch wanted. Now there's another Malsch player on the bottom just waiting, number 4. He is Martin Schottmüller. Ay. There was no one. There was no air left, so he had to go to the surface.
I think he did the right thing, though. He fake passed
Hey,
3 times.
that
and then,
fake
yeah,
was really nice.
yeah.
He does it really well. And then again, now there is a fault, and this is
Number 50. 15 blue.
15.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
You're delaying the game. You're not playing the game.
Delaying the game. Okay,
2 minutes.
interesting.
White,
So
light free
Holmbach
throw.
is now they have the rest of the
Number
game.
15.
They are 2 men down.
They have to keep sending them off.
Number 15, get out of the water. Or do you want more time?
Holmbach in trouble.
So we have the world's view of the best players in the world on the bench at the same time, but still having a great humor. They are in the lead, so they shouldn't be too worried either. But now let's see if the Malsch, they can show that they can score. If they cannot score against 4, then will be a
10
big
seconds.
disappointment. Big disappointment.
But there's no time left, really. It's over.
And again, something. Now,
White number 9, come here. White number 9.
wide number 9.
Fortunately, he had a warning before for
Yeah, he
attacking
had
the
a
head.
warning, and he was kind of like a
White
holding the
number 9,
ball.
come here.
He was holding the. It was like strangling, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like he
he-
hold the ball from behind the guy.
Yeah,
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. You're trying to hurt him. I don't want to see that. That's what I saw. I don't want to see that. Okay? Dark free throw.
this counts as a warning,
So
even though he didn't say it was a
10
warning.
seconds something.
Yes.
It is a warning.
Yes.
Yeah. He's lucky that he didn't get called for attack on the head, because that would have been a 2-minute penalty.
Sure. Yeah.
Because he had the warning at halftime.
So nothing can change this match. It's gonna be Betta winning the game. I think there is only few seconds left. we are not quite sure what is the time left. Sorry for the audience online. That's it. That's the game. That's a win
Game
for
over.
Betta, and it's a 2-0 win. Malsch came back really needed for the second half, but wasn't quite enough. They're shaking hands, still fair game. Betta didn't take any of the two reserve players, Jurcin and Salonen, they didn't go in for this game. It was a tough game.
So, what do you think should be of interest if we interview somebody?
Yeah, maybe somebody from Malsch, because we already introduced or interviewed players from Betta earlier, if you like. Maybe you take one of these Malsch players.
I'll take Jens Dingo.
And this is the second game. Betta will face Ege University